Hello ladies, gentlemen, and persons in between. My name is Tim Snowborn, and today we're going to talk about the relationship between technology and politics on this episode of Serious Issues. As you know, two of the three things that I'm mainly interested in here on this channel are politics and technology. I often wonder about the relationship between these two things. Not so much how politics affects technology as how technology affects politics, or could. I'm a big believer in the potential of technology to solve all of our problems. I think eventually it's going to give us clean, abundant energy. It's going to cure every disease and possibly every injury. It's going to help us save this planet or find a new one. So what I've got here is a list of 5 ways that technology affects politics today or will in the future. The first way I think technology affects politics is one that I've already mentioned. It's automation, the advent of robots and artificial intelligence. Already, some 85% of the job losses in the US are taken by artificial intelligence and robotics. This trend is going to continue and intensify in the coming decades. Manufacturing is coming back to the US. The jobs aren't coming with it because it's all being done by robots, but manufacturing is coming back to the US. You may think that your job requires a human touch, but believe me, there are people out there developing ways to do your job without you. And don't blame the scientists who are developing this technology. This is market forces. Again, why would a CEO pay salary and benefits to a human worker if they can replace them with artificial intelligence and/or a robot? That's right, guys, those job creators you worship so much only employ you now because they need to, but believe me, as soon as they figure out how not to need you, they will cast you to the wolves. Now, how does all of this affect the world of politics? Well, as artificial intelligence and robots take more and more jobs, unemployment rates are going to climb higher and higher. Some politicians are going to promise you that they will bring those jobs back, and they are lying. Coal jobs are not coming back, guys, for the same reason the horse and buggy isn't coming back. New and better ways of doing things have been developed. Now, as unemployment due to automation continues to rise, talk will grow of a universal basic income. A universal basic income is money provided to people just to live on, to pay their expenses, because many people will not have a job due to automation, but they still need money to live on. There is already talk of a universal basic income. In some countries, it's already a reality. Of course, Republicans will hold this back because they'd rather gouge their own eyes out than give people money for not doing any work. That's a philosophy that made sense when everyone had access to a job, but as the jobs disappear, that philosophy is going to make less and less sense. Now, who's going to provide the money for this universal basic income? Well, obviously we're going to have to heavily tax the people who own the robots and the artificial intelligence that have taken everyone's jobs. Now you might be asking yourself, how will these wealthy robot owners make any money if no one's got any job to pay for their products or services? Well, we're going to have to institute a universal basic income before there aren't enough consumers to buy the products and services to make the CEOs who own those robots wealthy. I'm honestly not totally sure how it's all going to work, but I know that robots are gradually going to take everyone's jobs and we're going to have to institute a universal basic income to keep things going. Speaking of CEOs getting richer because they don't have to pay human workers anymore, can you please lie down? Please, lie down. Lie down. Speaking of CEOs getting richer because they don't have to pay human workers anymore, income inequality, which is already bad, is going to go through the roof. As business owners employ less and less human workers, their profits are going to go up and your pay is going to go down. Next, we have green energy. Green energy, of course, solar, wind, geothermal, tidal energy. Green energy has already started gradually pushing out fossil fuels. This is going to change the power dynamics in Washington in the coming decades. Right now, the fossil fuel industry holds big sway on Capitol Hill because they have lots and lots of money. But as fossil fuels are gradually overtaken by green energy sources, the oil and coal barons will gradually have less and less money with which to buy elections. Now, I'm sure some other wealthy industry will rise to take its place, but the point is, the fossil fuel industry is gradually going away, and so is their power in Washington. Eventually, the green energy industry will have more money than fossil fuels, and they'll be able to support their candidates. And yes, I am okay with that because at least the green energy industry isn't poisoning and roasting the planet we all live on. Energy production around the world is already changing. More and more countries, even the Middle East, are switching over to green energy. They see the writing on the wall. Right now, especially since we're leaving the Paris Agreement, the US is abdicating its position as a world leader in pursuit of fossil fuel profits and handing the reins of power to China. The rest of the world is moving on as far as adopting green energy and abandoning fossil fuels. Not us. And China's going to lead the way on that. Next, we have blockchain technology. If you've never heard of blockchain technology, in the future, every computer on Earth will have a record of every transaction and event that is recordable. It will become more and more difficult to lie when everyone has a record of what happened. So when one person tries to say, I paid you for that service, the other computers in the world can say, no, you didn't, we don't have a record of that. This will change everything from campaign finance reform to voter registration. It will be harder to lie about those things. It will be harder to lie about who you are, and easier to register to vote. Now, blockchain technology won't necessarily mean that everyone knows everything about everyone else. You can still keep some things secret, it's just you won't be able to lie about anything for which there is a public record. Right now, blockchain technology is still hackable. They still haven't found a way to make it completely secure, but I'm confident that they will figure that out. Blockchain technology will make fact-checking a snap. For me, the single biggest issue we face is campaign finance reform, and that's one thing I think blockchain technology will help with. Because again, we'll have a record of all these transactions taking place. Alright, that's going to be it for now. We will continue this discussion tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow. I've decided to start recording longer videos and cutting them into shorter episodes, as I'll explain tomorrow. So stay tuned for part 2. Let me know what you think so far. Are there any other ways you can think of that technology might affect the world of politics? If you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, like, share, and comment below. If you have already done that for this or any other video of mine, I give you my sincere and heartfelt thanks. I appreciate your support. We'll see you tomorrow on another episode of Serious Issues.